non-compensation targets from the central budget office, and they would see these targets and say, well, where did they come from? There was a lack of transparency, lots of spreadsheets being transferred back and forth with formulas and links, and as everyone on the phone probably knows, that those are always subject to either manual error or just formulas breaking and so forth. On the other side of that coin, you have the budget office receiving compensation and non-compensation budgets from all of these various units, and they're dealing with lack of transparency, but in 35 different ways. So there is all this lack of transparency between all of the schools and colleges and the units and the budget office, and we really wanted to do this to address that. So the goal at the end of the day was to tie the budget office top-down targets or the strategy to the operations of the budgets, the bottom-up budgets of the business units, and we wanted to address that for both detailed compensation as well as higher level non-compensation dollars. So two main reasons for this undertaking were to provide the President, Provost, and the Board of Trustees better data and reporting to use as they make these decisions, especially during key growth cycles for the university, and also to provide a centralized and consistent way for 35 of these different exec levels. So when we say executive levels, we're talking about the different schools and colleges within the university. So a consistent way for all of them to do budgeting and forecasting. So as far as compensation goes, the university required more detailed salary budgets built up from an employee level or pool groups for union, biweekly, and students, a better projection of the human capital required and ability to include planned hires and departures, less time spent by central budget analysts gathering data and managing spreadsheets. I'm sure that hits home for everybody, and multiple views of this data for reporting. And similarly, for the non-compensation budgets, the university required more detail, built up from an account and sub-account level, not just high-level pooled accounts, better sense of the resources required by these 35 units, insight into endowment and gift fund balances, which a lot of these units don't want to give up, traceability of transfers, and similar to compensation, reduced time spent in Excel. And again, multiple views of the data for analysis, which would lead to accurate reporting in a view that's preferred by the board. So what technology was used to try to achieve these goals? So today we will really focus on the end user experience, so the web forms, we'll get into a little bit of that, and reports, etc. And the tool that was used was Hyperion Planning. In the specific case of University of Chicago, we created two Hyperion Planning applications. One is called UC Sal for University of Chicago Salary, and the other one UC Bud for the higher level non-compensation